Boom.
That's the sound it makes when I blow out the back of the toilet.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, welcome, guys.
Where do you think I got that sound
great
bite?
introduction, right?
That's the big guy.
That's the big guy.
It's official. It's Monday evening, everyone. Hello.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
Good to see everyone.
Who we got here? We got a bunch of people popping up here. We got Papa Giorgio, Daniel Baker, Gina Williams, the G family, Hiram Puro, Ida's here, Griffey, Mr. Farm Dog, I know that guy, Anthony Arashina, David Carlisle, I'm missing here, Blues Coins, Joey K, Ant is here. Dirty Water, Namaste, Angie Crowell. All right, welcome, everybody. Jackie's here. Got a bunch of people popping in here. We got Michael. Michael's here.
There's Joey.
Oh, we got some really nice stuff to show you this evening.
Yeah.
And it's the third Monday, so we will be giving away ANA membership this evening to whoever wins. I haven't picked a question yet, but I'll figure it out.
It's always a kind of a, during the show type thing.
Don't we have an extra giveaway today, Sean?
Oh, do we?
We sure do.
We sure do.
We got a bonus this evening.
So I saw this at Barnes & Noble. It's the coin collecting handbook by Whitman by Whitman Publishing. They're always releasing a new book. So I figure, hey, let's go ahead and give one of these away. Oh, hello. My little head on screen.
There you go.
But it's almost like the Red Book, and it talks a lot about type coins specifically, how to grade, learning about your coins. It really is an introductory kind of book. Even has all the good stuff there. And they even talk a little bit about prices, but believe it or not, that's not the most important thing. I mean, look at the 1797 draped bust. They only have one price on there. So the price, not really important. It's the information, the additional stuff that you get from it. We're going to give one of those away to the second runner-up of
Excellent.
Whatever we're doing tonight.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Our ANA membership giveaway. That's what I really meant to say.
That's right.
Right.
And, that's provided by the ANA. So it's nice that we can provide that for whoever wants to be part of that. So
Absolutely. And we'll talk about the ANA in a little bit more. I have some Koneka membership news.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Like a news thing in the news. So we have some mentions in the September-October edition of Aeroscope magazine that I told you guys I would start mentioning the people who mentioned us. So I'm going to read off some names here. These are new Koneka members, and they were awesome enough to put us down as their recommendation. Or the people who recommended them. So we have Scott Duell, and I hope I'm saying that right. There is Tyler Lane, Kevin Perry, Evelyn Rivera, which we've actually showed her new DDR coin on.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Thompson and Gary Westerberg. And I'm also going to mention Samantha Smith because she had Blue Ridge Silverhound down as recommended by. So Thank you guys very much for giving us that mention. It's always cool. And in fact, somebody on our panel got an award for such an occasion. And there it is.
Here, hold on. We gotta make it solo again so that people can see it really good. Here we go.
Konnichiwa.
Koneka annual recruitment.
And I always have to. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos. I always have to read it because I can never memorize.
Motley.
Yeah.
James
No,
Motley.
not the president's name. I know it's
Oh.
Motley. Motley Crue. I said Watley. Yeah,
You said Watley.
Yeah.
Watley crew.
James Watley. But combined organization of numismatic error collectors of America. That's what Koneka means, you know. But this award plaque goes to the team because we were all part of this. By some, you know, by some string of luck, I guess they put me on there because, you know, I don't know. Anyways,
It's
really
all
cool.
good.
Really cool.
Congratulations. That's
Hey, who's Kenny Knapp? Is he one of the?
Kenny
Paul?
Knapp sponsored that award.
Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, if you notice on there's several different tiers, like there's a 25 membership tier, different things like that, and each one is sponsored by somebody different. Very cool.
Very awesome.
Moving up. Moving on up,
Congrats.
right?
One of many
Koneka is actually
accolades.
2 organizations that combined together. So NECA used to be a separate organization. There's Stephen Parker.
Stephen Parker.
Aw, Stephen.
Thank you, Silver Stacker. Thanks so much.
You're more than
It's
welcome.
amazing.
I don't like giving people bad news, but I like it when people take it well.
Was this about that penny?
With the blob on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what did we figure out that what
So
that was?
it's a kind of a good thing to talk about. So I can probably pull up a picture of it. Give me just a second and we'll talk
I just
about
put the
that.
comment that I've never seen anything like that.
Right.
It didn't look quite natural, but
Yeah. So let me pull up a picture. If Steven doesn't mind, do you mind, Steven? Just say no. I don't mind.
He's like, keep me out of it, please.
I know.
he wants everyone to learn.
No, we actually see this kind of stuff a lot. So it's good to kind of share this, I think. And I'll give you kind of I can't pull up well, I'm going to share it anyway. Okay. Is that sharing everything? Probably, but whatever. Okay. So here's the coin itself. Okay. Now he actually on another post, there's a reverse picture of it too. And I'll tell you one thing that I looked at. I right away looked at the reverse on the just immediately opposite that, the opposing side. Because if that were a die break, typically die breaks aren't free floating like that. They're connected to something, some area of the coin, one of the devices, or some area of the coin where there would be a weak spot, even to the rim where it would be a cut. But a break that large, I would expect to see weakness on the opposite side, just like with a cut, because that metal that flowed, that's quite a bit there. If that was metal, that would have taken away from the opposite side.
Yeah.
So it would have had weakness. I also don't like that darkness around that. To me, that tells me that that's some kind of chemical reaction. So I think that this is glue or something else. There's also a little spot under Liberty there, and I don't know if that's associated with it or not. But I told him to give it a good acetone, pure acetone soak, because the coin's circulated already. It's not going to hurt the coin. It still wouldn't pop off. But that doesn't always mean something. It just means that whatever is on that coin, that acetone isn't going to take it off. And the reason it looks like copper is because it's probably clear. And you're seeing that copper from underneath show through. But I don't think that's a die break.
It
Do you
just looks
think
off.
it could be like a blob of like
Yes.
like a molten copper or something like a.
It doesn't. I've seen that before. I have seen melted copper, where people have done things in their shops and stuff. And I've seen that. It doesn't look like it. It really looks like it's some kind of. I don't want to say resin because acetone will usually melt resin. Some kind of hard plastic or so. I don't know. I really can't tell you what it is. I can just.
I guess
tell
if you have it in hand, it'd be easier to look
It
at.
would, well, but so Ken Peavy used to always say use evidence-based numismatics, right? And just the fact that that is a big, if it was a die break and that much metal was on that die break, that opposing side would have weakness. And there is absolutely nothing. There's no weakness whatsoever. It's fully struck on the reverse.
And it's so uncommon to see something like that if it were a real interior die break to just be free floating in the fields. Usually it'd be attached to something because specific design devices on the die, will crack and fail over time rather than just the area on the fields, which are flat and they're strengthened and they're, they support.
There's no cracks associated with it. Nothing. There's nothing. And the dark area around it tells me that that's a chemical reaction.
Yeah, because that darkness is nowhere else on the coin.
Right.
EMR Coins has a good point. Do not use nail polish remover.
Never.
Use pure acetone. Okay, yes. Professional. Don't use nail polish remover from your wife's, makeup bag or whatever.
No, first of all, it's super diluted. But the biggest point, that I believe the biggest reason is because of all the fragrances and stuff that are in it.
Correct.
The additives that are in the you don't know how that's going to react to the copper or any coin. Like Sean just did a video about Dawn dish soap, and I think he talked about the fragrances and stuff that are added to that.
So I shouldn't put all my coins in a bowl and Dawn soap and water and move them around.
No, the guy actually he held it down and used a toothbrush on this poor Queen Elizabeth early copper coin from like Australia or something. I don't know.
Stephen, thank you for letting me use your coin as an example because we do see that a lot. I know Sean has probably seen it millions and millions of times because he's been doing this since the 1900s. And a lot of times it's glue on the coin, but people think it's copper because you can see through it and it picks up that copper color underneath. But glue and doo-doo and things on coins is super common for us to see. So
there are some foreign substances that you just cannot get off a coin with acetone or xylene, which is a much stronger version of acetone. It is what it is. But
if it's a hard resin, it's probably very hard to come off. Like if it's like some like industrial resin or something, it probably won't come off even with acetone.
Yeah.
And if it's been on there since 1955, Well,
and it looked like I think he said sometimes you got to soak them overnight. And I know that sounds terrible, you guys. We are not in any way, telling you go stick your coins in acetone or anything.
The upside is that it's a very common 1955 link.
Yes. I mean, exactly. If it was a BU coin or something like that, we would not be suggesting that.
Right, ATOG? A little angle grinder action on there.
Yeah. The problem with acetone is you can't just like put a dab on, a little squirt on your coin and let it sit because it will evaporate in like seconds. So you have to soak it in like a covered.
Xylene is the same way. It'll evaporate like that.
Right,
it's quick. And xylene is very toxic. You got to be very careful.
It will make you sicker than a dog. If
it'll actually cause cancer. It's a known carcinogen.
So let's just have dirty coins. He's fine with that because
the way that they were intended Dirty coins.
That's right.
Yeah.
But also, Paula, I don't know if you saw Steven's comment, but he's going to take it when he visits with Sean this weekend. Or
Shay. Oh,
excuse
yeah.
me.
Perfect.
It's Shay, not
All
Sean.
Oh,
Sorry.
you guys
I was like,
finally.
I did not get the memo.
I know,
Did
right?
you- Shannon, did you get his
With
shirt
Shay.
size?
They it sounds like they finally got to where they're going to get together this weekend.
Yes. Did you
So-
ever figure out his shirt size?
No, but
If he's still in the chat.
Yeah, Steven, you need to shoot us an email with your shirt size, so we can ship a shirt to you.
Ship a
I
shirt.
mean, that's the least we can do.
SAS. Let us
Ship a
SAS
shirt,
for you.
please. Let us do something for you. Anyway, that was fun. I got to do a little bit of, talking because I don't talk.
Do we have any other news, Paula?
Well, so there are some new coins out from the Royal Canadian Mint.
Oh, okay.
I actually saw somebody do a video on, so I did a little bit of research. It's like a 5-coin set, silver maple leaves, and they're dated 2023, but they have Queen Elizabeth II on them. So people are confused as to why these coins have her image on them when I guess they're not supposed to. After a monarch passes away, they switch it over. But I think they give it time. But these are actually the 35th anniversary of the maple leaf. So they're more like a commemorative. They're dual dated, 1988 to 2023. So they're dual dated. So I think that they would be considered more of a commemorative. But and
I tell you what, I'm not a hurry to have King Charles rolling spot on a coin.
No.
Soon.
No, me either. I gotta say.
I have to admit, though, I like the maple leaf design on those.
Well, these are really cool. They're gold gilded around the outer edge with like rose gold. And if you look them up, the 2023 maple leaf anniversary set, they're sold out everywhere. They're mintage limit of, I want to say 2,000. I could be wrong.
That's not a terrible amount, a terrible large amount.
And they're only going for $200 and something.
Well, the Royal Canadian Mint is notorious for offering very low mintage coins. Like they've been beating a horse.
Oh my God! Like some of the coins that they offer are thousands and like crazy amounts of money.
Yeah. They have some with was it Swarovski crystals or
just
all that.
rubies and all kinds of shit.
You want me to pay $1,500 for that? They have the kilo bars that they throw on every so often, and they've been pushing. It's like low mintage of 50 on a lot of the things. So they've been synonymous with low mintage.
Yeah, they're really.
Stuff. Yeah, they're what is it? They did some Marvel and DC ones that are still popular because of the tie into comic books. But yeah, man, they've been throwing all the crap on the wall to see if it sticks. They've been selling out of a lot of the stuff.
Do you think those go up in value? Like all the, like they do like the Marvel, the Disney, and all that stuff? Do you think
it has to be really unique? I think it was probably 2010 or 2011. One of the world mints did a fully engraved owl on the coin. I think it's Ural.
I remember that.
URAL. And the coin sells for thousands of dollars, but you could have bought it for like $300-$400 when it came out.
Oh my goodness! I think you did a video about that one, didn't you?
I think so. About how much I really wanted one, but I would have to take out a second mortgage to get one.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'd rather try and go for like a $17.99 coin or whatever.
Exactly.
So, Yeah, but with with the passing of Queen Elizabeth, I mean, no surprise that there's like a resurgence on a lot of the kind of one-off, low mintage stuff. Maple leaves have been flying out. I talked to a couple local dealers, and they said, yeah, we can't keep them in for that very reason.
Right.
They're not selling them at a premium; they're just being bought, a lot quicker than Silver Eagles are currently. So.
Interesting.
I'm like, yeah, they minted a ton of these, so it's not like it's going to be something that's going to be worth 10x in the future.
Right.
It's the flavor of the month because of her passing.
Yep.
So
Well, I actually
it's a short-term thing. It's a short-term play.
There's actually a 2025 set out there too of colorized coins, and that's another commemorating something, and it's got her image on it. So I don't know how far in advance they are allowed to mint things, but
Hey, Justin Hughes, I don't know. They'll probably have to make that kilo coin with King Charles on it, with those ears.
Yeah, each it'll have a one ear, and then the other ear. That'll be a separate coin. There'll be like 3 coins. That would be kind of cool.
Although they need a really good engraver because they don't want to mistake him for Clark Gable.
That's true. That is true. Well, I think that's a stretch. That is a stretch.
Again, I'm not like in a hurry to see King Charles coins out yet, only because it's not going to be a very good design. I'll be honest. Well, Queen Elizabeth in her much later years was not a good design either. She just looked like a really old woman on there.
Yeah, but those young heads are beautiful. I love.
Oh yeah, like pre 1970s, like 65 and 19.
But I'm wishing them all the best. I'm hoping King Charles will be as good as his mom to them and to us. And he's had 70 years to prepare for this, so I wish them all the best.
Yeah,
for sure. That was a big loss. So she did a lot for diplomacy around the world.
Well, that old lady had a bunch of miles on her, and it would be unreasonable to think that she would last forever. So
yeah.
Hello, Beerman. I know that guy. I've been helping him out. He's got he's got a coin that we're going to show tonight. So
awesome.
Hey, Beerman.
Thanks for coming. Everybody. Share us out, you guys. If you have community tabs, put us on your community tab.
I already did it.
Oh, did you?
We talked about this earlier, Paul.
Oh, okay, I know. Sometimes I gotta.
I don't want to hear it.
If you guys have not seen our latest video, it's a must watch. Shannon's been putting together some great videos of Professor Peavy's lessons, and we are happy to keep his legacy alive. And this one is a great lesson on machine doubling. So if you're having trouble knowing the difference or being able to spot the difference, this is a great video for you to watch.
It's a great refresher. I watched it twice earlier today.
Really,
and it's uploaded in Dolby Digital Surround Sound. So whatever that's worth, I think that's like the old 2002 technology thing.
I don't know, man, but it is great. And so and feel free to share it out if you see people around the community that are struggling with machine doubling and stuff, because it's one of the hardest when you first start learning about varieties and stuff and learning about doubled dies. It is one of the hardest things to wrap your head around. And so
it's even harder to put that extra D in the word doubled.
Yes, it is a variety, not an error. And it is
double die.
Doubled with a D, and it's die. D-I.
Dabba dabba die.
Doubled. If it was double, that would just mean you had 2 dies.
Hey, at least we're not calling it double Ds.
True.
Right. We harp on the little things, you guys, but the little things are important. They are important. Vocabulary and learning all of the acronyms and abbreviations and things like that is important.
And if you haven't watched the the video on CUDs, or talking about CUDs, watch that one, because he does also say CUD is a very misused term, and it certainly is. It
certainly is. You will not have a CUD on the face of Roseville.
Cows chew their cud.
Cud.
That's right.
You know what's funny to me is that word, because you know what, and you cannot find anywhere what in the world made them decide to call that a CUD. It's not an abbreviation for anything.
Yeah, you'd think it was an acronym, but it's not.
It's not. It is just a word.
Cut up die. Wait, cut up die.
Cut up die.
CUD.
Okay. Yeah, you did it.
Mind blown.
You're a genius. You are
mind blown. That's what it is.
Anthony, yes, we will have one this week. I promise.
What did Anthony say? The toner report. Everybody likes Adam's toner reports.
Thanks, Silverstacker.
Yeah, it's you would think that it stood for something, but it really doesn't. But maybe it does.
Cracked up die. I like that. I'm dropping the mic. Indigo.
Hey, should we get into it now? Does anybody else have any news? Amanda? Anything?
Not that I know of.
The new quarter's out. There's not much on it so far.
Yeah, the Nina Otero. Yeah, there's a die chip in the flour. There are edge of mouth die chips. What else is
nose? I think I've seen them on the nose.
Yeah. It's been kind of a quiet one. It's
maybe when I said something to the mint director, she was like, "I'm gonna go back and tell them."
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Fix. Adam, you guys get on
it. Adam, you ruined it for all of us.
Oh man, yeah, just blame Adam. Hey,
what are you talking about, Dan? What are you talking about?
T-shirt that we'll have available in the live coin Q&A store that says, "Let's just blame Adam."
Yep.
We should have
it's all my fault.
Oh, I had made mention because a couple of my banks have noticed that people are starting to cash in coin. I know it's a little early for the holidays, but they've noticed that they haven't needed as much coin as they used to. So, maybe something to consider here in the next few months. The last quarter comes out next month in October. So that's another thing to keep in mind as well. So.
I will say also a few of the streams that still do coin roll hunting have been finding extra goodies that they hadn't been for a while.
Just fair to cite some of these fantastic roll hunting channels.
Yeah, the fantastic ones. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which ones are those?
Ready for that?
You're putting them on the spot.
No, there's a few of them out there.
One's live now. It just notified me. So
yeah, there's a few out there. They're kind of staying in their lane and doing their thing, and they have their audience, and it's cool. It's a good way of getting people into the hobby.
I miss CFA. Bring back CFA.
True.
My bank said that they'll allow me to get boxes, so I'm gonna start ordering some boxes.
I haven't even asked. I probably should, but I got to go through this box I just opened a couple weeks ago. Or a week ago. I haven't even gone through it yet.
I think I'm gonna get a box of dollar coins. I know that's kind of crazy.
Holidays are a great time to coin roll hunt. A great time. They're also a great time to snipe on eBay.
Yep.
So a lot of people go away for vacations and stuff. They put post listings up and they forget about them, and so
nice. Yeah. All right.
I'll
be back.
That's it.
I'll be back.
All right, here we go. Live coin Q&A, September 19th, 2022. We here at the Live Coin Q&A like to promote the American Numismatic Association. It's our national coin club. We'll be giving away a gold sponsored membership tonight, so stick around. With your ANA membership, there are perks. There are special events. You receive free admission to the World's Fair Money and the National Money Show. There's videos, podcasts, blogs, coin collecting tips, online research tools, games, quizzes, and everything numismatic. You will enjoy exclusive discounts on ANA seminars and money museum auctions, coin collecting publications, books, supplies, collections, insurance, and much more. And if you guys want to know about the insurance, you can go back and watch our video that we did with Michael Kittle. He talked about the insurance for the ANA. So there is the Virtual Money Museum. It's exhibits. Virtual Money Museum exhibits. You can explore spectacular collections of coins and paper money from the nation's largest numismatic museum. There's educational programs. You can access the best educational programs in the hobby, webinars and seminars, lectures, correspondence courses, and much, much more. You get a subscription to the Numismatist, 12 issues of coin collecting's premier magazine delivered digitally or to your doorstep. If you want the printed version, you have to upgrade to the platinum membership. I think it's like $15 extra. And you'll also receive $15 off a new NGC and PMG membership. And that's $30, isn't it, Adam? The NGC basic,
I believe so, yes. Correct.
Yeah. So you get it half off. Another great organization, which we talked about in the beginning, Sean showed an award to it, is Koneka, Combined Organization Numismatic Error Collectors of America. Koneka membership perks. You get a subscription to the club's award-winning journal, Erroscope, published 6 times a year. You get a free U.S. variety coin, a repunchment mark, or a double die when you join for new members only. You get a club membership card, an invitation to the annual Errorama, including the awards banquet, the annual meeting, and the cherry pickers contest. You get access to members-only area of the Koneka website, where you can do electronic back issues of Erroscope from 2004 to the current issue. We also encourage you to join our Facebook group, Coin Q&A. It's a great alternative to sending your emails to us. It's another way for you to ask your questions. And we have some great people in there that help us out. So make sure you answer all the membership questions and agree to the group rules. All right. Yes, Jay. Shannon, you're on bottom. We're going bottom up. Bottom up.
Bottom up. Okay. Bottom. That's actually an adult club in our town. Okay, so 2017 George Rogers Clark Quota from Jim. First, I would like to thank the panel for all the things you do for us. You're very welcome, and thank you for mentioning it, Jim. I watch Sean's channel almost daily and have learned a lot. Special thanks to Adam as well. This quarter caught my eye mainly due to the reverse misalignment, but also the date. Any insight would be tremendously appreciated.
That is a misaligned die. That is a great misaligned die.
Yes,
it is.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a state quarter. Or, well, it's actually
National Park quarter.
National Park. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Adam.
And Beer Man in the chat, he's the one that sent this to me. He was messaging me. He's been messaging me on Facebook Messenger probably for the last month.
Nice.
He'll send me photos of coins he's found, and sometimes, they're not, what he thought they were. But this one, hey, you found something finally.
Absolutely.
And you're in coin roll hunting. That he's like, "Is this something?" And I said, "Yeah, that's definitely something for sure."
It's a good find.
And I think he just found a 98 wide AM also. So,
well,
this is a beautiful example of incused machine doubling.
Yes.
And
correct.
if you watch the new video that we put up, Ken Peavy talks about incused machine doubling. And
That
this
is
is
correct.
a great example of it. Yeah, but
Yeah,
on
great
that,
find.
so you guys in chatting, if you find a coin like this and it's funky looking like the reverse on both sides of the coin, that would be a off-centered strike. This is a misaligned die, so it's actually an issue with the die itself.
Now
and
you
it's
can have a dual misalignment, but
you
that
can. Very, very rare. But we had one, gosh, like a year ago or something like that. And we showed.
Because weren't they shifted differently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
That was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, incuse machine doubling. Incuse doubling, right, Ant? Yeah, it's hard to find. Frank has found, I've never found one on the Shield Sense. Frank's found them.
Mm-hmm.
I've never found one, but you know it when you see it. It's like super skinny.
Indigon Demon says, how would one tell actual incuse doubling from filled letters?
So watch the video.
So watch our new video, but however, we can say that incuse doubling is going to make the devices skinnier than they would regular doubling, which makes them thicker.
Exact
so
opposite.
It's reverse.
It's like the keto diet for coins.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, if these devices weren't incused like that, that would be a doubled die.
Right.
And it's very deceptive when you look through a scope, the lighting. A lot of times people aren't even aware that these devices around the perimeter are incused. Because looking at this, unless you've learned to kind of read lighting and stuff like that, it's very deceptive.
Yeah.
Yeah, incused would be super thin. Yeah. Yeah, Matthew Valley, he's got a Facebook group on Shield Sense. And there's great examples on doubledie.com, on Wexler's. I think there's some on Variety Vista too.
So 2013 is a good year.
Incused machine doubling does not have value. It's just like normal machine doubling. It is technically damage. They call it machine doubling damage.
And you're correct, Beer Man, that the O is stretched, and that's why it looks, because it's wider than normal. But the way that's happening is when that die is hitting the coin, it's shifting a little bit. So it's the machine that's doing it. It's not actually on the die itself.
There are some extreme forms of machine doubling that some people, they can make some money off of it.
Doesn't mean they should.
Right. But yes, there are some extreme forms of it. Like if you have something that was just really crazy, then you can. Somebody might want it,
Well, and that goes back to collect what you like, right? If you see a coin for sale and you know what it is, and the person has listed it correctly and is not listing it as a double die, but is listing it as a machine double, and you like it and you want to buy it, then buy it. But
don't overpay for it, though. For sure.
Yeah. To most variety collectors, machine doubling has no value and is considered damage. It is post-strike damage. It happens immediately after the finished design is struck on the coin. There's a bounce or a shift or something that causes that.
It's loose usually, right? They're loose.
Usually it's loose. It can even be a color issue. But usually it's the die is loose. It's mechanical failure of some kind.
Which could also be part of the misaligned die. if it's wobbly.
Misaligned, yes.
Well, that's a good point. That's a good point,
Misalignment.
Shannon. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
But that happens at the initial striking of the coin. A misaligned die.
I think that we saw
That's why it is not considered post-strike damage.
right.
Because it happens at the exact time that the design is struck into the planchet.
Yes,
What were
Aunt, please send them over. I could
were you
use
saying,
more
Shannon?
Toner Tuesday stuff.
Oh, I was going to say, I think we received this week in the email. We actually had a Lincoln Cent that had looked like a clash on the reverse, or it was a clash on the reverse, but it was kind of off. And I think that could happen too if the die is not fully stuck in its spot. If it's jiggling a little bit or something, it could shift that clash when it actually makes the clash.
It does. You get clashes that are rotated or misaligned because it would be, if there was a planchet in there, it would have been a misaligned strike.
Right.
But instead, the two dies came together without a planchet, but the die was still misaligned or loose, so yeah.
There's coins making sense.
69S machine doubling is one of the most common ones. It's one of, and it gives everybody who is new to the hobby a heart attack the first time they see it, because they think that they have the big 69S double die. Oh.
And just ask Sean how much some of those have gone for in the past, because it's insane.
Yeah, you could ask. I'm just going to shake my head and say, yeah, there was one at one point that sold for over $1,000 a few years ago.
I remember that.
And I freaking confronted the guy because he's on Coin Community, and he said, "Just mind your own business."
Mind your business.
My gosh.
So
there actually is a 69S double die, a FS 101 with machine doubling.
Yeah.
Ken Potter has shown it. Mm-hmm. So you can have machine doubling and a double die on the coin at the same time.
Very, very nice find, Jim. Very nice find.
Good conversation, too.
Amanda?
1911 wheat penny from Rico L. Hi, everyone. I just purchased this 1911 Lincoln Cent. Upon checking with my microscope, I'm not sure it's a die chip or damaged. Can you please give me your opinions? Thank you in advance.
I know what this one is.
Oh, is that the little on the rim there?
It's an incomplete clip.
Ah, yeah. I saw that. I wondered. But it does kind of resemble what the edge looks like with the clip.
There it is.
But what's that on the opposite side?
What do you mean? That's part of the incomplete clip. So if you flip this coin over...
Well, it's not incomplete. It's gone, right?
Well,
yeah. You mean like rim clip?
Yes. Yes, correct.
So how does that area just get clipped like that?
I don't know. I looked it up last night because I was doing the research on it, and I had found some other examples of it.
Yeah, no, there's rim clips for sure. Whoops.
Well,
are you sure that's a clip?
Yeah.
It looks to be more of a strike through.
Well, it's on both sides.
Well, it's on the same spot. If you were to take that coin and
There's
flip
the
it,
obverse.
And we don't have a shot of the edge.
Mm-mm.
no.
Any Blakesley effect by chance?
But I think it's so minor that it wouldn't cause the Blakesley effect on the other side.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got the so you see the design rim flows into that. So that looks same on the obverse. That design rim is flowing into that anomaly there, the void, just like a regular clip would. So it looks like, to me, it looks like it was a little clip that.
Is it clipped and then it fills back in when the?
Well, so it goes through the upsetting mill, right? That's the proto rim you're seeing there. That's not, there's no design rim. That's the proto rim that happens in the upset mill.
So if it just had a very small clip and then it goes through the upsetting mill, does that kind of close off then the part that would possibly have looked like a full clip?
That would be my thinking. I mean, it does look like there's something weird to put opposite. See where I'm pointing? See where that's a little weak there, Sean?
Yeah.
Opposite there.
Yeah,
So,
it definitely was interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably call that a rim clip. But an incomplete clip, that's when it doesn't quite, where you'll see like the crescent area on the object.
It just didn't look like it was all the way clipped,
Clipped.
if that makes sense. That's
Yeah,
what
and I think it did. I think it just got, yeah, I think that proto rim just got created in the upsetting mill, because doesn't have a design rim on either side.
Okay.
There's no design rim. What you see, like I said, what you see there on that picture is the proto rim. There's no design rim, and you can see where the design rim kind of flows into that defect. So yeah, I think it looks good.
I mean, it's very minor. Usually the smaller clips, I mean, a lot of people overlook them for sure.
See if I can.
They're pretty cool, though.
They are.
Let's see if I can pull up an example here. See if this is a good example. No, that's a regular clip.
Yeah, so there's a question going around while we're talking about the fact of, does machine doubling hurt the grade of a coin? And wouldn't that kind of fall back to maybe eye appeal again, or?
It shouldn't really hurt it that much, to be honest.
There we go.
Let's
see. How do I?
Really, where you're going to be hurt on eye appeal is if you have carbon spotting or planchet wash issues or ugly toning.
So I found a good example. Clip. Is it this picture? Yeah. Let me share that. So there's a rim clip.
Okay.
Let's see on the other side. Let's see. So it's up there right by Unum.
It's so small. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
small.
Oh, you
Hard
can
to
see
see it.
same thing. The proto rim is there, but that design rim
Okay,
is
I see
far
what you're saying now. Yep,
Mhm.
I see exactly what you're saying. Okay.
The design
makes
ring flows into that defect there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Now, what would be really cool if it was an incomplete punch? Those are really cool.
yeah, that's what I was when you said incomplete clip, incomplete punch, that's what I was talking about with the crescent. I actually have one with the crescent on, you'll see it on both sides. It just wasn't punched out all the way. But that defect shows where it would have been a clip, you know?
Yeah.
It stays on there even through the strike. So those are really cool.
So we got one more question real quick. Daniel Castillo is asking about, he has a big collection with a lot of valuable high-grade coins and wanting to, I guess, sell off that collection. What would be possibly the best way to go about doing something like that? Would it be go to your coin dealer or something like that?
Well, if you're really, really sure what you have, like you said, you have an 82D small date. If you're really, really sure what you have, I guess that's what you would do, but I would make sure that's what you have. Save yourself some time and save the dealer some time. What do you think, Adam?
If you've got a really nice collection and you have a coin dealer that you can trust, you could certainly take it to them and kind of get an idea of what you have. And you could also call, depending on how much value you have, you could call an auction house. They'll look at you can send them photos and all that. They'll look at that and see if it's something that they want to sell, or that if you're wanting to get rid of some stuff, that's a good way to do it for sure. Now, you got to keep in mind, if you sell it to a dealer, more likely you're not going to get as much money for it as if you were to get it graded yourself or send it to an auction house for sure and sell it yourself.
And I think one of the best things that you should try and be prepared with is what kind of a value that the coin should be worth and what you want to receive for that.
Yes, and make sure you know what you have, because if you go in there, I don't really know what I have, but can you check it out? You might not. If there's somebody that's not honest, you could lose some money there for sure. So.
Right. But if you go in saying, okay, I don't want any less than $50 for this coin, whatever it might be, and they offer you that, then don't sell it. Get what you want to get from it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing too.
It depends on how quick you want to get rid of it too. I mean, if you just you don't want to mess with it, yeah, take it to a coin dealer. Granted, I mean, Sean's done some recent videos on this. I mean, he could definitely tell you too the same, that it just depends on how fast you need to liquidate your collection.
Exactly. That's what it comes down to. Given that you know everything about your collection, it's really in the speed of which you need the money. Dealers, you're going to get a much lesser amount of money because they're going by gray sheet bid or whatever it is. That's about 40% less than what the market is. So are you willing to take that because you need the money now? Or are you willing to look at other options where you can make more money? It's just going to take a little longer.
Cool.
Very cool. And apparently I don't have my incomplete clip anymore. I forgot I sold it at Grove. It was on a Civil War token too. It was really cool.
Nice.
I'm gonna cry now. Okay. Oh, it's my turn. From 2020, Shield sent Die Crack from Logan. Hello, Sean and other people. Me and my uncle are big fans of your show. My uncle has some coins we believe to be errors, and I would deeply appreciate it if you would look at them and tell me what you think. The 2020 penny looks like it has a die crack on the back running through the shield. The rest looks like die clashes. I'm wondering, what do you think? Thank you. Well, first of all, I'm so happy that you and your uncle like the show. But you're probably talking about Blue Ridge Silver Hound, whatever.
Well, I also told them that they should come watch our show.
Oh,
my goodness.
So
Wow.
I was looking at this, and so I had to send it over to Matthew to see it, if he had seen this.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Matthew has. I think I've seen.
He's seen many of these. and
Yeah, he has.
loves it.
Yeah,
loves all of them.
examples. Right. So the next picture is an earlier die state that he sent me back.
Yes.
Or
No.
maybe it's not on there.
Mm-mm.
Okay, he sent me a picture of an earlier die state where the basically that big chip right there is there's a lot less of that, and the crack is not quite as bold.
Yeah,
but
this has a little bit of pre-cud, retained cud diagnostics going on. I don't know if Matthew thinks so too, but I clearly see displacement up by United and in
Yeah.
the shield at the bottom
they're shifting. Yeah,
and the rim. I clearly see displacement there.
there is shifting there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a later die state of this?
Is this
this?
listed? Let's look it up. 2020.
What did you say, Paula?
Is it?
What?
Oh,
I'm just looking to see if it's listed. You guys go ahead.
It is listed, yes, but it's under not under the
Unusual
regular
die
codes.
cracks.
No, it's rim to what is it called, Matthew? Put
Rim
it
to
in the
rim
chat.
die crack.
Rim to rim die crack.
Well, maybe that's a different stage of the coin, because that one that we are showing has clear displacement.
Yeah, it's under split die. That's what.
Split die.
Thank you,
really?
Matthew. Yeah, so it has a designation.
Let's see. Let's go all the way to the bottom.
And this was the later stage.
2020 split die. I need to see a close up of that.
what kind of value do these carry? Is it pretty good? Is it similar to the 2021P?
I don't see the same displacement on this one.
Oh, value-wise, yeah, not close. Adam.
Okay.
Probably $30, $40, somewhere around
Oh,
there.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, there are some dates that have much more gnarlier looking rim-to-rim die cracks and various things like that. They could go up to 100 plus,
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely a later die stage copy for sure, because I think that one is more on the retained cud side. I'd love to see it closer.
It looks like the shield got shot on the other side, and there's a bullet pushing
It's
through.
amazing. I want to pop that, but I know it wouldn't pop.
Nice.
Yeah, a bunch of zinc will come squirting in your eye.
Who sent us this? Logan. I need to remember. I want to see if Logan will send us close-ups of that. Oh, you said we got close-ups, didn't you, Shannon?
No, I was saying
Oh.
Matthew sent us a picture of an earlier die state, but no, this was the only one, the only pictures that they had.
I want to see a close-up of this. So I'm going to remind me, one of us should email him and see if we can get closer pictures, because I want to see.
Chris, cuds are on the rim. This is considered
Yes.
rim to rim. So this would be considered, if this was a full-blown, completely missing, yeah, it would be a full-blown cut for sure.
Yeah.
It goes rim to rim. So
By the P2 all examples do. Yeah, so why are they not calling that retained cut? I'm wondering, Matthew. I mean, I get shattered die. I mean, that makes sense too, because I think a lot of the, but considering that's the hammer die, nothing's holding that piece in. If that breaks out, it's going to turn into a full-blown cut. I wonder if there's any examples.
Would it be too
It
big?
is, Matthew. I don't always agree with them, but don't tell them I said that. Don't tell them I said that. Yeah, but that reverse die is the hammer die. So, you know, I could see it staying in there if it was the
anvil die.
The anvil die, but because it's held in by the collar. But that's the latest die state known. This one is, yeah, it's that's ready to fall out, man. That's so cool.
The earlier one doesn't have that chip on the E.
Rim almost looks railroaded. I don't see. That could just be die wear, die deterioration of the thing at the wood grain.
It also looks like a funny reflection off the 2x2.
Yeah.
That's given that appearance like the edge might be a partial collar.
That's such a neat example. What a great error.
No.
Sean's turn.
Well, there's my notes from it. There's the dice with the label that I sent to them.
Oh, all right, you do this one, I'll do the next one.
So is the other picture, is the picture that Matthew sent on there?
I don't know. You could read it, though.
Oh, well, there's a later die state. It's listed on Cuds on Coins as a split die with that label, SD 1 cent 2020 01R. The following picture is an earlier die state, which is a little more rare, that I got a picture from Matthew, who's in the chat right now, to use for the example. So there's a comparison. Yeah, that's the comparison photo. So see that die chip is not gone. And see, there's not as much displacement at the D.
Mm-mm. No, and the example on Cuds on Coins are not either.
Yeah. But very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Thanks for your help, Matthew.
All right, we got 1972 DDO Lincoln cent from Dig and Dave. Hey guys, so I found a 1972 DDO, but I can't tell if it's the very rare FS104 or the FS107, which is worth much less. I wish it was in better condition, but definitely has doubling. Thanks for your opinion. Love the show.
I can't tell you the amount of time I've spent looking at this coin. I spent another hour on it today. Now I'm questioning myself. But very circulated example. This is tough. Date's not going to help us.
You can see it. Which
so
one?
You guys in chat, 004 is really hard to find. Really hard to find. It's not the greatest example of doubling, but it is like the hardest one to find. And it's so close to 007. But it's we and trust that got me. Like, I think it's 004. I don't know.
I looked at this one, Paula, and I compared it. I think it's 004 also.
I do too. I mean, I've tried talking myself out of it.
I swore 007 has more doubling on Liberty.
It does. It does.
It's so subtle with 004. Let me just take a quick look.
Yeah, I think it was the B on Liberty that got me, that made me believe that it was the 04 and not the 07. Because that B is really pronounced on the 07.
For me, it was we and the R and U and trust. So here's what you guys, so a lot of people, when they look for this one, they think rim cut. Rim cut is 004, in certain stages has a rim cut, but not all. It's not the end all be all to finding this variety.
I know it doesn't help too much, but on the reverse, there's a few die scratches that run through the N in United. I'm not sure if we could see that on this one.
Couldn't see any markers on it.
Yeah, with it being so circulated, markers are almost gonna be hard to find unless it's like some big die crack or something like that.
And I swear every time I look at this, I think, gosh, that is a rim cut. It's just worn down. I can't tell. But that is not you can't look at it and say the rim cut is not there. So, because in stage A, it's not there.
And I beg to differ, Dave. If this is a 104, it's not worth $10. Worth much, much more than that.
Yeah.
Even in this condition. That is scarce. It's very scarce.
Very scarce.
Yeah, I think it's 4. The doubling on Liberty on the 7 is just way more pronounced.
Yeah, all of it, I think. I think all of it is like super on in and the I. Yeah.
Yeah, you would be surprised if you were able to get this straight graded in a graded holder. It's probably worth a little bit more than you think. It's because the coin doesn't see too much public auction activity. So there will be people interested in this, and they're looking for any decent graded coin.
In my opinion, my best guesstimate, if this is graded, I think it's at least a $200 to $300 coin.
You nailed it. I was figuring $300 to $400, but that's close.
So I would grade it because it's so scarce. Even if it's in this ugly condition, I would still grade it. So that's just because
I probably would send it to James Wiles first
to verify it. Yeah,
to verify it and get a letter because the grading companies,
they're probably like,
this is going to be a tough one.
Right.
It's going to be a tough one. Yeah. And I would not, like, I'm not saying I'm 100%. I'm probably 90% sure, but I'm not 100% sure that this is, I don't even know if I'm 90%. I'm more sure than I'm unsure. But I wouldn't spend your money and tell you to send it off.
Dr. Wiles has seen a few of these in his lifetime.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah.
Send it to Wiles. You could even send it if you want to. If you can get a hold of Chuck, you could send it to him too. Copper coins, he would check it for you, I'm sure. So,
but I would definitely get it. I would get it in somebody's hands.
He's asking, where would you recommend sending it as far as grading goes?
I would send this one to PCGS.
Yep.
And here's the thing, but Paul has got a good point. With it being so worn, and you have some graders, to be honest, they hired a bunch of new graders, and they might not be very good at checking for this variety itself. I would send it to a specialist first, get them to authenticate it and get a letter, and then send this to PCGS or NGC, in my opinion.
That's exactly what I would do too. Somebody that can hold it in their hand and maybe see die markers that we can't see.
Right.
Exactly.
Like a 007 has a pronounced die gouge in the space between the designer initials on the obverse and the rim.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, there's just, I mean, I've opened this up in new tabs and like zoomed in super close. I can't find die marker 1. Like I can't see anything on it. So
yeah.
Joey K, like I said, they hired a bunch of new graders and attribution specialists, and to be honest, I think it could work in your favor, But then again, it could be attributed wrong, and it's also possible that they might not attribute it at.
But for $10, you can have it looked at,
Yeah,
and possibly save yourself a lot of aggravation.
exactly, for sure.
Well, who is it? You could pay the money for, who is it? Annex and NGC to have them double look at it, variety wise.
You could also maybe take it to a show, and you might be able to run into a specialist there that might be able to look at it for you and authenticate it. But then there's no guarantee, that they're going to honor that.
I think you should join Koneka, Dave. Join Koneka and send your coin to Koneka. We have had great success. Our viewers have had great success sending their coins to Koneka. They really have. They have been really spot on with the people that we have sent to them. They've been really spot on. So I'm a big proponent.
Joey K, they'll charge a fee. This is a they will charge an attribution fee for this coin. The only reason they don't charge an attribution fee if it's like a small date or a large date or something like that. But if this is a FS listed variety, you're going to pay a fee for that.
I mean, at the worst, it looks like an XF40.
Oh yeah, it's
which has a price guide value of $475. I'm looking at it right now.
But there's not many. If you look at the population, there's hardly any in brown.
Oh yeah, there ain't jack on there.
Yeah,
there's 3 graded AU50. Yeah, nothing lower grade than that. So you might have the low ball grade of that variety. There's 1 AU55. There's 8 58s. But I wouldn't personally take stock in the pop numbers because, Ian Russell at GreatCollections, they don't report to PCGS on those numbers, and he made it publicly clear that he doesn't do that to preserve the auction archive that he runs on his website.
Yeah.
People want him to go to his site to do the research rather than.
And if you were to get this graded FS 104, I think would be surprised that if you would put this up in an auction, it would go crazy. I think, in my opinion.
Oh, fast! It would go fast.
It would just be like that.
You don't see
that. I just looked at them to put it into perspective. GreatCollections has never sold a 104 yet.
Mm-hmm.
So
they don't have any on their archive. And speaking of which, we have 104 viewers on our video right now.
Nice.
But
thank you, everybody.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. That must be a sign for something, Dave. So if I were you, you successfully get this thing graded. I think it'd be like an XF40, 45. I think it's sold for a lot more than what the PCGS price guide value indicates.
Just because there's not any out. Yeah.
It could go, Sean, this could go for $1,000 plus. It's
easy.
No
because I think Heritage Auctions had one of these up last year or something, but there's none of these. And people need this coin
for their
completionist kind of compulsive behavior. Yeah, this thing will get nuts. But yeah, do the necessary things to make sure it is exactly the variety that we think it is.
We'll help you, Dave. Shoot us an email. We'll help you.
No problem, man. Adam will get you hooked up.
Yeah.
And Chuck, just keep in mind, Chuck Daughtry is on Facebook, and you can reach out to him and say, "Hey, I think I have an FS 104. Can you look at it for me?" He probably would look at it for you and verify it. Just a thought, and it might be quicker than going through Koneka. Just saying. So it's a thought.
But Matthew, to answer your question, Koneka has been great on new varieties. I think that they're really excited to get their. So they used to be one and the same, Koneka and Variety Vista. Dr. Wiles has kind of branched off. I don't think they're working together anymore. but I think that their listings still get listed on there. I'm not sure how they're working that out, but I will tell you that they have been hungry for new varieties and they're really excited about them. So send them to them. They've been great. We've had really great, our viewers have had really great success getting new varieties and stuff attributed. And they are being listed on Variety Vista now that I'm thinking about it. Because, no, you know what, Evelyn, I think Evelyn sent hers. I can't, I'm talking right now and I don't know what I'm talking about because I think she did send hers to Dr. Wiles, but it's in the Error Scope magazine. It's in the brand new Aeroscope magazine, her DDR, on the Maya Angelou, the doubled earring, and it's a new listing on Variety Vista. So,
and he listed it with a V, right? So his new.
But the article's written up by Jason, and he's their main attributor for Koneka right
well,
now.
if you read, James' comments on his site, he says, let Koneka look at it, and if they feel like it's, if they feel like it's something, then send it to me. But you will get a Variety Vista attribution.
Okay.
So, there could be still some
crossover.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very confusing. So.
I mean, you could try Wexler too. It might take a little while, but you could try him too. So.
But we have had varieties listed on Variety Vista that Wexler said were not the varieties. Remember the Sally Rides?
Yeah, true.
Those came back as die gouges, and they were not die gouges. So
anyway, have a professional look at it.
I like John Wexler, so it's not nothing against him. I don't think he's doing it by himself anymore.
I think he's going to send us an email and we can walk him through it as well.
Good.
So yeah.
And if you can dig in, Dave, if you can get some better close-ups, maybe of like those areas that maybe some of those markers might be in, that could possibly help too. Even if the 107, like Sean said, with that is it the die gouge or die crack? Maybe check that area too and see if you can find something in that area, since you think it might be in a 107 also. So.
Dude, I'm so excited for you. What a great find.
God, no
kidding.
It's
awesome.
I was so excited when I saw that in the email. I posted it right away. Huh? I posted it right away to our chat. I'm like, oh my God, you guys, I think we might have a 004. I was excited.
It's always a live coin Q&A that ends up getting the bangers at the end of the day.
That's 69. I mean, I'm telling
you,
we get them all. We get the good ones here. So bring your friends next time, okay?
We are blessed. We have a great group, and we're blessed. Truly blessed.
Oh, is it my turn or is it Sean's turn?
No, it's Sean's turn.
Oh.
Whoa.
This was a late addition by me.
1996D Lincoln Memorial from Bill. Hello, all. I'm not sure if it's too late. Number 2 late? But I just wanted to send this to you because I think it's very cool, and I thought you would like to share it with the group. It is a 1996D with reef marks, and it looks like a little record. Thanks. Yours truly, Bill.
Oh, I know what this one is.
Aww.
I know what this one is. There it is. Lathe marks. Lathe.
Concentric style.
Concentric lathe line.
It's a great example too. I would love to have that coin in hand, and I bet you they go almost to his bust. I'll bet you they do.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, these are concentric lathe lines. Somebody want to describe what causes this? If not, I will. You know that.
Paula?
Paula, you want to describe it?
So when they are creating the dies, they are like in a cone shaped. And when they cut the dies out, they have these concentric marks from the lathe. They have these concentric lines, and sometimes they don't get polished all the way out before the dies get hugged. And so they stay on the dies, and every coin that they strike have these concentric lathe lines. And I actually have a die, and I can't show you right now because the camera don't work. But you can see these lines all the way down the die. It's really interesting to see. So they're under abraded dies instead of an over abraded.
Instead of over like everything else.
Yeah. And I imagine they probably get weaker and weaker as the die strikes more and more coins, and just disappear eventually. But 96D is a super common one to find these on. So look closely. Sometimes you have to tilt your coin a little bit to the light to see them, but look closely at your 96Ds. You'll find them. These are hard to sell. Very hard to sell. If not impossible.
Yeah, the community isn't exactly like high on this. They're neat looking, but you know.
Yeah. I think they're one of my favorites. I have a ton of them. For a long time, like I was just picking them out left and right. And so I have a ton of them in my book. But I think they're cool. I just think they look like a record. I think they're very cool. And you can find them on all denominations. They're more common on this and this year. But I think there's some Jefferson nickels that have them on the reverse in the center.
Now, is there another close-up of the lines that people could take a look at?
No, that was the only photo we had. I got excited and just put it in there. It came in late today.
Yeah, it's cool.
But it is cool. For a long time, they thought maybe that's what caused the UFO on Wexler's, you know, on the center of the memorial by Lincoln, the little round area above Lincoln's head.
Right.
They thought maybe that's what was causing that. But these are very concentric. They're very evenly spaced. Yeah, they're super cool. A little bit raised. So anyway.
All right, Matthew. Oh.
And this is Shannon's.
No, this is mine.
You get skipped at them. No, because
you want to do this one, Shannon? Okay.
This is several pages.
Oh, okay.
Of stuff.
All right, it's all yours.
Okay, well, so we're going to go back to a discussion that we had on the panel, you know, a couple of months back, and Sean's previewed it a few times on some of his PCMRs, and I think you did another video on it as well. Mm-hmm. But the 2013B duplicated serial numbers. So we got an email from the person who has the largest collection of these that's at least known to anyone, and we're going to call him Private Collector, or AKA Alf, just because I was thinking about, you know, Alf the Alien, and everybody loves that. So anyway, we've had some communications back and forth, and I think that he, you know, he gives some good background information on the program and what's happened, you know, because he was there whenever they started really trying to gather the information and try to make matched pairs and that sort of thing. So I put a bunch of his stuff from his emails in here, and just going to read through some of it. And we've got some pictures as well. Just thought it would be kind of a little bit of education for us. But basically it came out. He said, I have the largest privately owned, at least known, of these collection of these notes that all fall within the duplicated range. The pair that Sean talked about that sold on eBay for $9,300, that wasn't too long ago that he did that video, was originally this person's. He sold it through Stax Bowers Auction House in August of 2021, and then this other person resold it on eBay. The uncirculated note he put. This is how he discovered it. The uncirculated note he pulled from a BEP pack that he got out of Alaska, and the circulated note he found online in a coin shop in Germany. All right, so this is the challenge of trying to put these things together. It took several months to get it here from Germany. So, okay. He was also, crazy, right? He was also asked to attend the Vegas National Coin Show and display his collection and, give some education and background on the series. He was part of the original project, which was known as the Ziegers Winograd project. If anybody had heard of that prior to the new one that we talked about, which was the project 2013B. So next slide, please. Here's his setup at the Vegas Coin Show.
Good,
and you can see that entire table is full of cases of these notes that he's got. And just look there, that first one on the right-hand side. I mean, how many is that? That's a ton, right?
Oh, are these just the single ones, or are they all matched?
These are the single ones. So
Okay.
he has the largest collection of just single notes, trying to find pairs, apparently.
Okay.
But not to say that he hasn't been involved with finding pairs. These were three pictures he sent of his different cases, and you can see there it says duplicate serial and numbers on it, which I thought was pretty cool.
It is cool.
Yeah. So here's some of the history. He said at first the BEP chose not to list the Fort Worth run of 2016. It's 2016. It took an FOIA, which is the, what's that law? I forget what it's called. The Freedom of Information Act. That's what it is. Request. So they had to, make a request before they compiled and added the listings to the public records. So they were kind of going to blow it over, and we may never even known about it. Thought that was very interesting. Thanks, Indigon. And the grading company PMG and Heritage Auction House refused to call them an error. It took renowned currency error expert, Dr. Frederick Bart, who is the author of the U.S. Currency Errors book, 4th edition, to put out his attribution of them as a production error, duplicate serial numbers. And I don't know, do you have that book, Sean, or have you heard of that book?
I've heard
the book. I don't have that one specifically.
So there's a picture of the book, and I think it's another picture of, he had an article also in, I think, some of the other numismatic magazine type things. So just kind of put some of those pictures up there, but it's being talked about, definitely. He did want to clear this point up. There was a distinction that there's a lot of talk on eBay, advertising the notes by themselves as an error, but he's saying that it is not. The error designation only applies when a matched pair is physically brought together. So what's the challenge in, bringing those matched pairs together?
Right. In fact, we just watched a video earlier today where the gentleman said, if you find one of these notes with the B and the star and the 2013, it's worth $50. No, it's not.
Not necessarily, because
not by itself. Yeah.
There's only certain groups of serial numbers that it affects, and that sort of thing. But if you'll go to the next one. So how many pairs are there? It's approximately 21 to 25 supposedly pairs known, but, and he said this is a big but, even though they say they're confirmed, they're not. There have been some incidents where a pair is matched, but then it turns out the original lister of the note sold the note, but didn't remove it from the list. So this list of, the 2013B, if people are not, if they're not paying attention, I mean, the people that are doing the project try to communicate to anyone that has listed their numbers, out there. But if someone goes ahead and looks at it and says, "Oh, I can get 30 or 40 bucks for this," and sells it, then this happens. So there could have been a confirmation made, but they sold it, and turns out they cannot be brought together. Therefore, it's a false positive. Or they confirm the match, and one of the owners tries to cash in quick and goes out on eBay and says, saying a sale for a confirmed 1/2 of a matched pair, and then it's gone, right? Mm-hmm. So trying to make the quick buck. Our gentleman, Alf, as I like to call him, is currently in communication with 2 collectors working on a settlement to bring 2 more pairs together. So he's got some stuff going on, which is great. He also sent a picture of the first ever graded matched pair. It was done by PMG, and with just the duplicated serial number label, because at that point he's saying it was not considered an error. The pair is still in his possession, and it also is the highest graded pair when combining the 2 note grades. It's a 66 and a 55. There are individual notes that have received higher with grades, like a 67, but the second note is always much lower, which he also sent a picture of that. So on the left-hand side, you'll see that's the top graded pair known to date. And then on the right-hand side, there is a 67, on the top. I don't know if it's the Fort Worth or the Washington, D.C., but I'm assuming the higher grade is probably Fort Worth, just because they're newer, hadn't been in circulation as long. So yeah, great to see. And they're worth, quite a bit of money. He did have this to say: the project really did start out for a purity on purity of collectors trying to just see if they could possibly find a matched pair. The original first pair ever found was by a guy in Washington State. So you have a chance, Paul, and probably Sean too. He would handwrite his notes on paper, put a stamp on it, and mail it to Carol in Florida. Carol was part of the Ziegler's Winograd project. She was one of the originators of that. He has no internet, no email, no computer, no cell phone. And then, pow, he is the first to match one all by himself, which is amazing in itself, right? That he goes to that great work. So lastly, he said, I did have one serious collector talk to me and offer me $300,000 cash for my collection. This was at the show. I said, that's very kind, but it's not for sale. I'm just exhibiting and sharing information. It did feel nice, though, to finally have this project/collection taken seriously. So the end, or is it? Because he also mentioned that he's got some things in the works that may help, keep this thing going.
That's really awesome. I kind of feel like we're being a part of that.
Yeah,
That's really awesome.
It's great because we had the gentleman that sent us the email from the Project 2013 B project because he saw Sean's video, and then this gentleman who's got the largest collection of them coming to us. It really is kind of cool. And
the word's getting out too, because we've talked about it one other time before, and then Sean talked about it. Then we saw that random video today, and then you have this on here today. So
I just thought it was real interesting, something to follow up on, and we'll probably try to communicate with this gentleman a little bit as well, because he said he would offer up more information if we wanted. But I thought let's just get it on the show so we can talk about some of this, because he had a lot of history of the program right here. So just thought it would be good. And yes, Paul, Washington State. So you better get your buns in gear.
And for you guys, so that you know, I think that you can look these up on My Star Note or My Currency Collection.
Well, if you look at them when you're looking, when you're doing checking star notes, if you put them in and it happens to be one that falls in this range, it will show you that you have to choose, because normally all you put in is like 2013, $1, and what's the other thing you put in? Oh, that may be it. The year and the dollar,
number.
and it'll tell you. Yeah, I don't remember, or maybe I don't remember. But anyway, it will tell you you have to pick between either Washington or Fort Worth, and it kind of triggers the fact that it is one of these duplicate serial numbers. So you put the serial number in too.
Yeah.
So the serial number, the date, and then
But even if you don't, if you're just looking up star notes, there's a cute little gauge down below that'll tell you if it's less rare or more rare. So anytime you get star notes, you should go on there and look up your serial numbers.
Yeah, that's
even
my
if they're not 2013s, but that is really cool. And isn't there a way? I think don't we have somewhere the site that they can go to? I know we did when we did that the last time we talked about this.
Let me see if I have yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I'll just put this right here in the chat. I still have the link.
And you know what? Put that in our Numis chat too, Shannon, and I will add that to the description of this video too.
All right, there we go. So if anybody's interested in looking at that.
Yeah, so hit that link and bookmark it or something if you are interested in trying to find those.
I have mine listed out there, and what they tell you is that if someone else, of course, comes to the project and lists the same serial number that you have, but it's the opposite, facility, that they will contact you both individually, and then try to bring you together if both parties are interested. So, I don't know, that would basically mean one person buying out the other, or who knows,
I'll tell you one thing. If I found one, the other person would be really lucky.
Well, call me first.
It would be a quick sale.
That'll be a hell of a buyout too.
Right.
It would be a quick sale. Sold.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with saying, all right, let's send them in and get them graded, and then we'll just sell it and split the profits. That'd be okay.
Not me, man.
Well, because obviously the note that's in much nicer condition would have a higher asking price.
Right, absolutely.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you're able to connect with this gentleman. And yeah, Joey, he turned down $300,000.
Yeah,
that's about enough to buy a 400 square foot tiny home somewhere.
Right. And well, you can see how much work he's put into this.
Yeah,
so
and I bet you he has a blast taking that thing or that display around to coin show.
Heck yeah.
He has a blast doing that.
I would love to see him at a show and just talk to him about this, because it's
if he's like us and has that passion for educating, he's having a blast.
Yeah.
I would love to have some kind of collection display or something like that to be able to just travel around and set up at coin shows and stuff. I think that would just be amazing.
Right. It would be.
I don't do currency either, D-Bert. But I do find this really interesting. I think it's really cool. And I think that the fact that it's been around for so long and now it's really starting to catch, momentum and people are catching on to it. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, currency became more regular in society after the Civil War because people were hoarding regular coins, and that's why Civil War store cards existed. That's why Civil War tokens existed, and that's why they implemented a bureau of printing and engraving to begin printing notes as another way to combat the hoarding of coinage.
Michael, he didn't say how many he has in total. He just sent the pictures, but I mean, it's a lot. He's got a lot.
And they're all $1 bills, right?
They're all $1 bills, yeah. So, I mean, he's probably got a few $1,000 just in face value, I'm sure.
And so this whole thing is just $1 bills. There's no other denomination, right? That's
Correct. And I've had people, I've seen, because I like to try to snag, I snag a lot of the currency questions when they come into our email, because I like to look those things up.
I'm sure Sean.
or have Sean help me. But there's been people that have talked about, oh, I have a duplicate serial number, and what they may be referring to is sequential serial numbers, or something, like that. But it's just that 1 year and that one, $1 bill that this happened to. So,
do you have the link to that my currency lookup or my star node lookup, Shannon?
I
You
do.
can put in there.
Sure do.
Shannon's going to put the link up to that website that you can go to and look up the rarity of your bill. I can tell you that most of those are probably going to fall under the not so rare category.
Right.
But if you like it, keep it. Star notes are just like replacement bills, right? For damaged runs and stuff.
Yes, and it's funny whenever on some of Sean's PCMRs, he'll show star notes that have errors because they're made to get rid of
replace
the ones that do have errors. So it's even better. They sell pretty well. So
I imagine.
Awesome.
That's all I got. I got nothing. Anybody else got anything?
That's all I had.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
Thanks for.
Barely the never go. Thanks for showing up. Tardy for the party.
Wait, we have a giveaway.
Oh, that's right. Crap. Never mind. Never mind. Minor details. We're gonna do a giveaway. So
couple giveaways.
Of course, Joe McBride shows up just in time for the giveaway.
Well, he didn't. He didn't just show up for the giveaway because he had already typed that in before you said anything.
He better already be a member of the ANA. If not, him and I are going to have a talk. If you collect coins, you guys should all be members of the ANA. And if you're not, you should also be members of Koneka. It's only like $30 a year, and it's amazing. And you get amazing magazine and stuff like that. And if you do join, mention that you heard about it from us, the live coin Q&A. Thanks.
He's already a member. There you go.
Yay. But if you are already a member and you win this giveaway, you can gift this to somebody else. We just have to have their information. So if you have a youth, that would be great. If you have a young one under 17, that would be amazing that you could give that to them or anybody. So
if you have a strange lover who likes coins,
Sean, not supposed to talk about that.
Or stalkers. If you have any stalkers that like coins.
Stalkers? Sean has stalkers.
Sean has stalkers.
Yeah, I got plenty of stalkers. I have people that, work the graveyard shift at Safeway.
Nice.
The shelves aren't going to fill themselves. Everybody needs tomato soup overnight.
That's true. That's true.
What a nerd.
What a nerd.
We love you. It's okay. We'll keep you. He's a pretty special guy, empathy. He's a pretty special guy.
Yeah, he is.
My other car is a short bus, but you wouldn't know it.
I was going to say, and before we forget, thanks to Stephen and Sterling who did super chats.
Yes. Oh, I missed Sterling's.
Yeah, Sterling.
Oh.
You were talking actually, and we were
When am I not talking? Interrupt me.
Well, we were trying to give him the thumbs up and the, all that stuff.
Thank you so much, Sterling, and thank you so much again, Stephen. And thank you, everybody, for being here and spending your Monday nights with us. We really appreciate it. We love that you have a passion for learning about a hobby that we all hold very near and dear to our hearts.
Joseph C., which application can you not figure out?
Cannot figure out the application, and I seen the big guy's video on that. Yeah, which application? Thanks, Cindy. It's always good to see you. When are you going to start doing videos, Cindy? I miss your face and your fingernails. She's got the best fingernails on YouTube and hair. She's got amazing hair. Thanks, Justina.
Thanks, guys.
No, we haven't asked a question yet. Adam's still trying to figure it out.
We got 2 winners for tonight.
We do.
Yes. So the second runner-up, I will redraw another number of the correct answer. We'll get this book. I guess it's brand new. I've never seen it before. So one lucky winner is going to learn how to do coins
That's
on a
awesome.
beginner basis.
I just ordered a couple things from, I want to say, yeah, from the A&A on their eBay store. I ordered a little puzzle, and I ordered a loop, and I think I ordered a tumbler. Super cheap. I think I might talk to Shay and see about getting some money from our funds and buying some more stuff for giveaways from them.
I'm going to give away that book next. Collecting Coins in Retirement.
Oh, nice.
Everybody's like,
Yeah.
well, Sean, I'm still working for a living.
Not me.
Chris,
Well, Paula, no one is.
I need one collecting coin books. Retirement.
Chris is asking if we think that the currency with the queen on it will go up since her passing, go up in value. I think
For a
those devil
minute.
hair notes might.
For a minute, it will. I think it will for a minute. And then I think it'll be just like all the other ones that have the old monarchs on them.
It's just that it's not so rare.
No,
Yeah.
there's so many.
But
Oh,
but I think those deviled hair notes might go up. I don't know if
I
don't
think
know
the
how many
things like her coronation, coins like her Jubilee coins, special ones like that might. But your everyday run of the mill. I mean, what was she on? 35 countries or something like that? Something
Yeah.
like that. So, how you doing, Kevin? It's so good to see you. I haven't seen you around in forever. How you doing there, Adam?
Writer's block. I'm trying to
Word it.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about the new major/minor variety attribution designations on Variety Vista? Minor will be 1,000 plus, and major is less than 1,000.
I did not hear about that.
I have not heard about that, Indigon.
So, do you mean like 1,000 plus examples? Because they have no way of knowing that. There is no way they could know how many examples are out there.
Hey, Z Coins. Hope you're doing well.
That don't make no sense.
Yeah, I mean, how would they know? I mean,
They can't. They would only know about the reported ones.
right.
What coin was the first coin with the queen on it? The round one from
Do you know the answer to that one, Joey?
Canada? No, I don't know.
That would be
It
interesting.
was,
When was she inaugurated?
1952, I believe, was the first year.
52? Yeah, she was inaugurated in 52, or what is it, crowned? I don't know. What
Coronated.
Coronated.
Yeah, in whatever.
She had her first colonoscopy in 52.
52.
Well, he's saying no more.
Probably a
minor.
Great Britain. It had to be a Great Britain.
So he's Indigon saying that there's no more two minor to list. I guess it's either it is or it isn't. Just gets a minor versus a minor number
1,000
for its designations.
I don't understand what that means. Of 1,000.
I mean, I guess we'll have to see what it. You know.
I think I got one here. So.
Okay. 1952 coins, dollar coins. Okay. From
Corrugated. She got corrugated.
corrugated.
Corrugated like a box.
Like a box.
A box of chocolates.
Box of chocolates.
Okay, Indigo, I'll do that. Thank you.
Thanks for hanging in there, you guys.
Yep.
I know this is taking a while, but thanks for hanging in there. Appreciate it. You guys rock. You're like, come on, Mia's Coins is on. I need to get over there.
You're killing me.
Killing me, Smalls.
I've got a thing I need to do.
John Howe watched your podcast that showed a 2020 Jefferson Nickel MS67 full steps. He has a 2020D MS67 full steps and would like to know how to get the attention that the other coin got. Any suggestions?
That's easy. Consign it with GreatCollections. That's where that one sold. That's a date that that's relatively new, and I'm willing to bet that there aren't too many full steps graded coins that are worthy of a registry set.
So Sean, my question to you is, do you think that's because people don't typically send off modern coins to be graded like that?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Well, another thing also, that coin that sold on GreatCollections over the weekend, strangely enough, had first day of issue on it. And I'm like, how to get that? Is it from a mint set?
It had to be.
Yeah, but the mint set they released like middle of the year, but the nickels came out in like February.
So, but it was a
2020 Philadelphia.
So it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but when it was graded 2 years ago,
yeah,
is that an example that came out of circulation, or is that a mint set coin?
It had to be a mint set coin.
Because I don't think you get first day of issue on general business strike coins, right? Like right out of like circulation.
Yeah, and the only way they'll give you first day of issue is if you send them the mint sets.
A mint set,
in the box.
A mint product of some sort.
A mint product still in the box.
Now, I'm not saying that is 100% the reason why that thing sold for over $1,000. I'm not saying that. It's still a top pop coin, and nobody's really grading these things. So, I mean, I haven't looked on PCGS's pop report, but you know, if there's like one or two in that grade, I would take advantage of it before more pop up on the market.
Okay,
no, anytime. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. First day of issue, first strike. Yeah, I'm not particularly fond of those.
Oh, and you know how I feel about them.
Yeah, let's not go there. We'd be
Yeah. Anyway, I get a little protective of you guys. I do, and I just like things like that bug me. So I think they're just money makers. But anyway, you want me to copy this and put it in chat, Adam, and then
sure.
Okay. So how this is going to work, you guys, is make sure you're on live chat. I'm going to put the question in chat. Adam's going to read it. Then I'm going to put go. Don't put your answer in until after you see the go. And you get one guess and one guess only. Don't retract your answers or anything. Once you answer, just step away.
You have one guess and one only. Guess. So if you guessed once, and then you see a number of people say the same answer, and you guess that answer because everybody else is, you're invalidated in this round.
Yep, and just leave it because it's not the first person to get it right that'll win. We will count up the number of people that got the right answer, and then Sean will do a random number picker, and then that person will win. So you don't have to answer first. So take your time.
And you'll have a minute to
Yep, you have a minute
find
to
your answer. And it's going to take a minute on this one, I have a feeling. So,
Okay, so the question's coming into chat. Adam's going to read it and then wait for the go.
I'm just going to ask this question real quick. How detailed does the answer have to be?
just a number.
Okay.
Just a number. So,
All right.
Okay, it's in chat.
how many Mint directors were nominated for a second term? Mint directors are limited to a 5-year term with no restrictions on reappointment.
Wait for the go.
Wait till we hit go.
Okay, there's the go. If you already answered before the go, you can answer again.
Yep. And everyone has the same
Timer
chance
is starting.
because it's going to be a random number.
Justin, Hughes, Justina, John Howe, and Chris McQuaig, you can answer again. And Adam's got the timer going.
Okay, I see Justin. Justina redid hers. He's in there. Chris. Yeah. Okay.
Good.
Just making sure they all got back in.
We'll have 2 winners, you guys. The first winner will win the ANA membership, and the second winner will win the book from Sean.
We still have a lot of people in the chat.
Nice.
Thanks for hanging out, guys.
Hit that like.
I'm seeing 109 in the chat
Hey,
right now.
I'm going to put the stop in the chat. Or the STPPPPP, because I forgot the O. Okay. You want to tell them what the answer was?
Sure. Gonna paste it in here. The answer is 4. They had Robert Patterson, James Pollock, Richard Linderman, and David Ryder. So if you answered 4, that's the correct answer.
Okay, so now we got to count the number of people that answered 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 10.
I got 10.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10. That's what I got.
Okay, so there was 10 correct answers, Sean.
All right. So I don't know if you can see that. It's 1 to 10.
I'm gonna put you up on the.
Number 1.
So number 1 is for the ANA membership. Okay, I'm going to tap it again for the book. Number 5.
I have Ringmaster Ray is number 1.
Ringmaster Ray's number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Griffey is number 5.
Griffey is number 5. So Ringmaster Ray and Griffey, please send us your shipping. Well, Ringmaster Ray, you need to email us. Adam will get with you for your ANA membership. Send us your shipping information, everything else, right, Adam?
Yes, we will. I'll make sure you put in the title ANA winner. That way I can we can see
I love
it.
the smell of print
In the morning.
And
Hey,
then
if you want the winner, I can even sign the inside cover of this.
you totally should.
Yeah.
I mean,
throw that in there.
Right
Just
on.
don't sell it on eBay because I don't think you can sell it for anything.
Well, you know, I'd buy it. Griffey, we need your YouTube name and your real name and your shipping address, please. If you could send that to us in our email. I hope you're in the United States. But there's our email. So congratulations to our winners. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. Adam, you did a great job hosting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Congrats to all the Wieners.
Yes. And let's see, is next Monday the last Monday of the month? Or do we have 2 more?
Calendar. I need to look at the calendar.
I get the hit.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Okay, so next Monday will be our
Cram session.
It'll be our cram session. So think up some questions for us that you guys want to know. We just do strictly chat questions, and we get to talk with you guys and chat with you and do a little teaching. Spend a lot more time with you guys in chat. So make sure that you come see us next Monday. For sure. Last Monday of summer. I know. Isn't that crazy, John? So
God, that's insane. I can't believe it's almost October.
I know. Anyway,
we had our first rain here in Northern California starting yesterday.
Whoa.
So that's something you need.
Yeah, we got rain too, Sean.
What's
we got
that?
rain. We got rain too.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Anybody else got anything? Let's say goodnight.
I think that's it.
That's it. Thanks for coming.
got
We
our
appreciate
outro.
everybody.
Thanks again, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your friends. We're here every Monday. So we will see you guys later.
Take care.
Have a good one.
Good night, everybody.